The 1985 film Commando is without question one of the weirdest films in Arnold Schwarzenegger's career. The reason I say that is because the plot is paper thin and the acting is not that great, but personally I think this film is alright, but it's not one of Arnold's best films he ever did. So this film is about a retired special forces colonel. And basically what happens in the film is that his daughter is kidnapped by one of his former subordinates. And so John Matrix has to save his daughter Jenny from him. And from there you have a film that's very cheesy, very outdated, but it's a film that's enjoyable to some degree. I mean, the Arnold Schwarzenegger one-liners are a joy to behold in this film. And the action scenes are kick-ass. But man, the acting is pretty weak, especially from the main antagonist of this film, Vernon Wells, who plays Captain Bennett. Then you have other actors in this movie such as Bill Duke, Drew Snyder, Alyssa Milano, Ray Don Chong, who plays Sidney, and of course, obviously Arnold Schwarzenegger. I have to say, this film is kind of like it's bad to a degree, but it's so bad that you can enjoy it. Like, yeah, it has its issues such as the weak plot. Basically, that's all this plot is. It's John Matrix saving his daughter and using corny one-liners, which I like a lot, like I mentioned before. So John Matrix in this film is basically a one-man army, but it's ridiculous in some fashion simply because how so many things go on in this film in its 90-minute runtime. You know, I had forgot about this film over the years, but then rewatching it, I'm like, this is nowhere near Arnold Schwarzenegger's best movies he ever did. I mean, I'm not expecting something like The Terminator or even, some of his early action films in this, but at least give me an interesting plot. Basically, this movie is kind of reminiscent of Rambo in terms of the main character kills a bunch of guys and basically being a badass. One thing I will say is that despite how many issues this film has, this is not like one of the worst films I've seen from Arnold Schwarzenegger, but it's nowhere near great either. A film like this just wouldn't work today because of the continuity errors and just how outdated and cheesy, like I mentioned before, this film is. And not just that though, the main antagonist, Captain Bennett, he's uninteresting, he's not a compelling villain. But hey, if I can have action in a movie and have a good time with it, then that can be forgiven just a tad bit. Now, what makes this film probably not memorable but interesting is that this was a time when action films was all the rage back then. Everyone had loved action films, especially in the 1980s. And I quite frankly grew up watching a lot of action movies. Now certainly, if you're trying to find a great plot, then it certainly is not in this movie whatsoever. But if you're looking for a testosterone-fueled action film, then this movie has you covered. I'm giving this film a 6 out of 10. Now, I have for sure seen worse action movies over the years than this. So this movie gets off easy somewhat, simply because of the one-liners, the action, and basically Arnold Schwarzenegger doing his thing in this movie, Like, this was the peak of his action career, pretty much. Now, granted, I wish the acting was better and the plot was really great, but hey, this film is what it is. I've seen some reviews online over the years that have gave this movie lower ranking. And I'm kind of like thinking, hey, maybe they ain't like this film, but I don't think this is one of the worst action films that's ever been made, but it's certainly not great at all either. And that's my review of the film Commando. Okay, leave your comments down below in the section and let me know what you think about this film. Alright, this is Slim Guy 172 saying, peace out.